In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the 5 simple tips to get people to like you better and to set better first impressions with any new people. So guys, tip number 1 to make people like you more and to set better first impressions is to always introduce yourself. And you don't have to be overly direct with it. It doesn't have to be like, hi, this is my name, I'm doing this, here's a fact about me, here's this. But you want to give enough information so that it builds a sort of character profile of you in that person's head, instead of them having to build their own sort of character profile of you. Because if you don't tell them anything, hi, my name's Sam, right? They're going to be like, alright, that guy's name's Sam, he's whatever, he's 5'8", 5'9"-ish, he's got short hair, and then they're going to start to build their own character profile of you, right? Now, that might not be, the things that they think about you and how they identify you might not be in the way they want, right? You might, have an accent. They go, oh, he's got, an accent, it's kind of annoying, I don't like his accent. Or it might be, oh, he's, he said this word wrong, he said this word, so he probably doesn't like. And they're going to start building this character profile, and they're going to, whether they realize it or not, they're going to start to build these things and start thinking these things about you, whether it's good or bad. They might not be what you want. So to fix this, what you're going to do is, when you introduce yourself, don't just be like, hi, I'm Sam, right? Be like, hi, I'm Sam, I'm from this company, I'm here to just do this thing. I thought I'd come in and check out or help. I'm volunteering, whatever. But give a few bits of information and just some key sort of data about you in that situation to set that positive character profile in their head. So just a few things. So your name, who you are. They're gonna know what you look like. Obviously, they can see you with their own eyes. They're gonna know your name. But some things like, do things to make them think that you're a nice, giving person. Like, yeah, I'm just volunteering. I thought I'd come out and give you a hand with this, right? They're gonna, if you just say, yeah, I thought I'd come over and give you a hand with that, you look like you were struggling a bit. They're gonna think that you're generous. You're willing to help people. You're willing to support people. So all because you said, yeah, I'm just gonna come give you a hand with that. All sort of these small things in that short little introduction of a paragraph, even like 2 sentences of just a little introduction. So always introduce yourself and make sure you know what you're going to say, and make sure that it's always putting you in a positive frame. You don't want to be making yourself look bad, especially on a first impression. Make sure you get that first impression, that introduction has to be setting you up in the way you want to be seen. Number 2, always be kind and generous. So this is super, super simple, and it's basically just common sense, but so many people muck this up, whether it's deliberately, just slightly, by huge ways. So many people miss this, but be kind and generous, right? Whether it's just offering to help someone, offering to hold the door, offering to give someone a hand. So say you go to a friend's house and you offer to their mum to help them with the dishes. Most people don't do that, right? Most people aren't like, oh yeah, do you want a hand with the dishes? I'll help you. You start putting the dishes away, whatever. Most people aren't going to do that. And that's, even if they say, oh no, I'm right, thank you. Just asking, not even doing anything, just asking, just offering to help, they're going to think that you're kind, generous, you're not afraid to talk to people, you're willing to help people, you're willing to talk to new people. All of these things are going to come from all you did was you offered to help someone, or you were generous. You offered to go a little bit out of your way. It's not even out of your comfort zone. You just offered to help a tiny bit more, and they're going to think these really good things for you. So make sure you're always kind and generous. Always say please and thank you. Always hold the door open. Always be nice, because these are the things that are going to set them up and set you up in their head as a kind, generous person, and they're going to be more likely to want to help you back. Right? They're going to be more likely to want to do you a favor. They're going to be more likely to be able to go out of their way even more than you did, because you did that first thing. Right? That's the power of these little things. If you be generous, they're going to reciprocate that back. Right? Now, people might not like you anyway, but in the chance that they do like you, if you were kind, if you were generous, they're going to most likely be willing to help you back. So guys, the 3rd tip to make people like you and set better impressions is to always stick to your word. This is probably the most important thing. Alright, if you be nice to people, if you introduce yourself and you're kind and generous, the next most important thing is to always stick to your word, right? If you say you're going to be there at 10 o'clock, you're there at 10 o'clock. If you say you're going to do something, you're going to do that thing, right? And if you can't do that thing, say for instance you're sick, right? Most of the times, if you said you would be there and help something, try and find a way around it. But if you can't find a way around it, you tried everything you can't stick to your word, let them know, right? Don't be the guy that's like, yeah, I'll be there at 10, and then get sick, doesn't turn up, and then a week later it's like, yeah, I was sick, sorry, I wasn't there. Make sure they know. So make sure you stick to your word. This is one of the most important things. This is going to build trust for people. Like, if you stick to your word, if you're, obviously you guys, most of you guys are probably going to be teenage guys on self-improvement or something like that. If you stick to your word, it's going to be in business, online, with friends, with people that trust you. They're going to be so much more trustworthy because they're going to be so much more trusting in you because they know that if you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it. They know they can rely on you. This is how you can be friends with important people. It's how all these important people can be friends with these younger people. There's so many of these guys online that are friends with these important people because they stay true to their word. They, there's lots of different things, but the main thing is if they say they're going to do something, they stick to it. If they say they're going to talk to someone for you, they're going to do it, right? Make sure you always stick to your word. Never lie and always stick to your word. The fourth thing you need to do to make people like you, to set better impressions, is to listen more than you talk. Don't be that guy that's, if you're at a table with a bunch of people, don't be the one that's talking the most, right? Be the one that's listening. Be the one that's observing and taking what people are saying. Be the one that's collecting the knowledge. Don't be the one just expending all your energy talking. Don't be the one saying these weird jokes, repeating these weird lines you saw on TikTok. Don't be the talker, right? You can still talk, right? You can still talk to people, but always listen more than you talk, right? Don't be the guy that's talking the most, because 99% of the time, the person that talks the most is the person that can give the least value or has the least valuable stories to tell, right? The guy that tells the most stories has the least stories to tell, or the least stories worth telling, right? So don't be the guy that is talking all the time, right? Be the person that only adds valuable information into the conversation, right? If you're going to say something to someone, make sure it's valuable. Make sure it's actually helpful to the conversation. Don't be saying random things. Don't be repeating things. And obviously you can make jokes. Obviously there's exceptions. There's exceptions to everything. But don't be talking way more than you're listening. Always listen more than you talk, because you're going to take in information. People are going to see that you're not talking. They're going to know that you give out information very rarely. That means that the less information you give out, the more valuable that information is going to become. That's just how it works. So don't be the one that's talking the most. Always listen. Always take in information. You can learn so much about people by just observing and listening to what they say. It's just you can learn. You'll be seen better. You're portrayed as someone who has more valuable things to say because you say things less, right? Listen more than you talk. And guys, the final thing you need to do to make people like you more is to represent yourself as a smart, professional person. This does not mean you have to walk around in a suit every day. All this means is don't present yourself as a dirty person. Don't have messy hair. Don't have dirty stuff all over your face. Don't wear ripped, old, dirty clothes. Don't wear big, baggy clothes, right? All you do is very simple. Maintain your hair and your face. Make sure your face is always clean. Make sure your hair is in control, right? Now, obviously, you're allowed to have longer hair, right? I have very short hair. I got a buzz cut a few weeks ago. But when I had longer hair, I'd always try and keep it neat. You'd always got to just try and keep it neat, try and fix it up. Try and look a bit nicer. Make sure you're wearing clothes that actually fits you. If you guys can see, this t-shirt fits me pretty well. I'm not wearing super big or super small clothes. These work pants fit very well. Don't be wearing clothes that's way too big for you, because it just represents you bad, right? People are going to think, one, that's all they can afford, so they're wearing huge clothes, that's all they can afford. There's nothing wrong with that. But some people just aren't going to like you for that. Two, it just looks bad if you've got really big, baggy clothes. So make sure you wear clothes that fit you. Don't wear clothes that are too small for you. Make sure your clothes fit you. So make sure your face and your hair are clean. Make sure you've got decent clothes on that actually fit you. Make sure those clothes are clean, and make sure you're not walking around like an idiot. Make sure you present yourself as a smart person. Present yourself so you look smart, you look businessy, you look professional. You present yourself as a professional, right? You want to come across as someone who knows what they're doing, someone who's clean, someone who's not just a dirty person. Because people that don't take care of themselves aren't going to take care of someone else, right? It's just if you can't take care of yourself and have yourself be clean, then how are people going to trust you to take care of them? Right? So this is a big thing. Make sure you're always clean and you've always taken care of yourself first. Because if you can't take care of yourself, other people are going to see that and they're going to know that you can't take care of them. So they're not going to want to do business with you. They're not going to want to exchange favors with you. They're not going to even want to talk to you if you look dirty and you can't take care of yourself. So make sure you're always clean and taken care of. So guys, those are my 5 things you need to do. Simple tips to make people like you more and to set better first impressions. Now, this is not to say that if you do these things, everyone's going to like you, right? Because that's never going to happen. No one is liked by everyone. But this is going to help you. This is going to make you look a bit more clean, a bit more professional. You're going to come across as a bit of a smarter person. It's just going to help a bit more, right? So I hope this can help you. I hope you take these into your own life and actually use them, because these are some valuable tips. And I'll see you guys in another 3 days with another video. Have a good day. Subscribe so you can see more videos like these. The more subscribers we get, the more good videos you guys get. So subscribe. Have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next one.